What is the best exit strategy today? And let's go ahead and start with Steve.
So for me, especially right now, I think agility is the single most important thing. And so I would say that with agility, I would say wholesaling is the number one best exit strategy today. It's harder, it's fewer, right? Fewer opportunities to wholesale. You got a whole bunch of other tools to maximize return on investment and everything else. But right this instant, with the way the market's going, I would say agility is the most important part of an exit strategy. So with that, I would say wholesaling.
Okay. Didn't even use the full 45 seconds, Steve. That confident in your point, huh?
Doesn't have that much to say.
Leon G. Barnes, let's move over to you, sir.
So we're making a lot of assumptions with this question. So I'm going to assume that we're talking about single family real estate investors. And if that's the case, wholesaling is the best exit strategy today. One that I honestly, in my investment career, have never really utilized. Like Chris, I'm more of a fix and flipper and a landlord. And so I'm giving a suggestion here as the best exit strategy of one that I don't necessarily do. But if I'm looking at the best exit strategy today, I was on a call yesterday where people are seeing underwriting change between 10 and 25 and some even higher on what they should be offering at this point, with things changing on a daily basis. The best exit strategy right now, today, wholesaling.
Okay. Perfect timing.
That's how it's done. 45 seconds. Get it in.
All right. Let's go over to Eric Brewer, the moment we've been waiting for. Sir, your opinions on the best exit strategy.
So I think it's a trick question. I think the safest is wholesale. The best has always been buy and hold. Like, it depends on how long you plan on being in the game, right? If you're doing this for a 20-year timeline, whatever you buy today, history would tell you will double in value every 20 years. So I would agree that wholesale is in fact the safest, right? But it's a rat race. It's one of the things that, like, when you're wholesaling today, your margins will certainly be lower than they were 12 months ago. So it's the safest, it's the quickest. The best for me would still be buy and hold. I'm going to be around 20 years from now, and I'd love to be able to look back on the things that I bought today 20 years from now and see that they've increased in value by twofold.
Okay. With 5 seconds to spare, no need for the buzzer. Back like he never left. I love it.
You can still hit him twice. You can still hit him with it.
All right. CJ, let's go ahead and get your opinions.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely going to say wholesale on 110%. I love wholesaling with the combination of a seller finance play with that, utilizing direct to seller leads that, you can have come in where you can, to Eric's point, you can start building out a portfolio in a safe, more secure way, in my opinion. Utilizing seller financing against free and clear properties that come in through your direct to seller wholesale marketing. But by far, wholesaling to me is the best exit strategy right now. It's the leanest. It has the less risk. Has the least amount of runway in terms of disposition, things of that nature. So 110% I like wholesaling. But, to Eric's point, somebody's got to be a buyer in this market. You got to be able to wholesale properties to somebody. So there's a lot of ways you can approach, but again, 110% wholesaling with a combination of seller financing.
Yeah. I want to add to there. So wholesaling, number one, I think we're all agreed on there for the most part. I would say number two, if we're going to talk about number two, I would say what Eric teaches on novations, right? What we call the Brewer method, because a lot more homeowners fit in that box than wholesaling, right? So, a realtor referral is the least ideal. Creative, that there's not as many people that fit in that box. Maybe in a 3 to 6 months, more people fit in that box. But right now, wholesaling is the safest, least risk, and I would say right behind that Brewer method is because a lot more people fit in that box than wholesaling.
Well, and it is wholesaling. It's just wholesaling a retail property.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm glad you said it. It would have been. I try and be humble. I didn't want to state my own method that I created.
You didn't want to go third person on us.
I want to give you credit for something.
Yeah.
I think it goes to that point of, like I'm saying I like saying direct to seller marketing. That's truly what a wholesale business is. At the end of the day, it's a direct to consumer marketing business. And when you control the lead from the inception of the lead itself, you now have the unique ability to decide where that lead then goes, whether it's a seller finance, whether it's an novation, whether it's a rehab, whether it's a buy and hold rental. And so, there's so many people out here right now with businesses that don't control the direct to seller part. And I think those are the people that, really need to understand that wholesale component, to Eric's point, when it comes to novations. You want to be front and center, man, talking to sellers, controlling the lead from the start.
Yeah, I think that's a great
to that point.
The best answer is, and we talk about this all the time at CG, all of them. And when you go to direct the seller, you actually have the ability to take advantage of all disposition strategies based on the asset, the interest rate, the condition, and its highest and best use. So
with one key follow up to Chris and Eric's point, if you buy it right, all of them are right.
Right.
You got to buy it right. Direct to seller gives you that opportunity. So you have to take advantage of the opportunity of buying the asset right, and all the exit strategies then work.
And the people that
side note, no one said, to Steve's point. Both Chris and Leon both said, to Eric's point. Leon said, no one said to Steve's point.
He's trying to get it out.
We should probably move on. Hit the buzzer.
I would add one more thing to that is right now, because like what Chris is saying, direct to seller. Right now, who's hurt the most right now in our industry? Everyone that's been joint venturing to the funds, right? So direct to seller, right now, right? Talk about the 20-mile march. The direct to seller, you gotta stay the course.
All right. Great points all around. Let's take a look at the voting breakdown here. Looks like we actually have a landslide for round number 1 for the disruptor himself, Steve Trang, on the board.
To Steve's point. Thank you.
To Steve's point on this one.
Wow. Wow.
What do you guys think about that? 53%. It's a heavy.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the mathing on this. I mean,
well, apparently we have
again exactly.
Did you go with the least amount of votes, or
do we have Olympic judging going on today?
Of the word. It was the effectiveness of the time.
RJ's not even here, and we still have a Votegate scandal. This is incredible.